In this first activity, we're going to focus on the external structure of roots. Specifically, you'll be comparing the two major types of root systems you see in flowering plants, taproot systems and fibrous root systems. Your goal here is to learn how to recognize these systems based on their overall structure and to start thinking about how those differences relate to stability, water uptake, and growth. Just like with leaves, we're starting with what you can see with your eyes before we move into the microscope later in the lab. Plants typically have one of two main types of root systems, a taproot system or a fibrous root system. A taproot system has one large dominant central root called the taproot. This root develops from the seed's embryonic radicle and grows deep into the soil. Smaller lateral roots branch off from this main root. Taproot systems are common in eudicots and can be found in both woody and herbaceous plants. Taproot systems are important for these types of plants since they anchor the roots deeply and access water and nutrients from deeper soil layers, allowing them to develop large structures and woody tissues. In contrast, a fibrous root system is made up of many thin, highly branched roots that are all about the same size. There is no single dominant root. These roots often develop from the lower nodes of the stem rather than from the radicle, which means they are adventitious roots, roots that arise from non-root tissues. They are common in monocots since fibrous root systems spread near the surface, capturing rainfall quickly and stabilizing soil, which is important when supporting vertical leaves. Even though both systems anchor the plant and absorb water and nutrients, they do it in very different structural ways. Before you start examining the specimens, pause and think about this question. Why might some plants develop a single large taproot while others rely on a fibrous root system? As you form your prediction, think about things like stability, access to water, soil type, and how different plants grow. Write your prediction in your lab notebook before continuing. Now examine the taproot and fibrous root system specimens provided. Pay close attention to whether there is a single dominant central root or many similarly sized roots. Notice the overall thickness of the roots, how they branch, and whether the system seems built more for deep penetration into the soil or for spreading out near the surface. At this stage, you're not worrying about microscopic details. Just focus on the overall structure and organization of each root system. Now in your lab notebook, you're going to create two labeled sketches, one of a taproot system and one of a fibrous root system. Be sure to show the main central root in the taproot system and the many similarly sized roots in the fibrous system. Label key features like the main root and lateral roots, and focus on capturing the overall structure rather than artistic detail. Pause the video while you complete your drawings and then continue when you're finished. Next, observe the prop roots. These are a type of adventitious root, meaning they don't originate from the primary root system. Instead, they grow from the lower stem and extend downward into the soil. Prop roots are also considered aerial roots at first because they start above ground before growing downward. Their main function is support. In plants like corn, prop roots help stabilize the plant and prevent it from falling over, especially as it gets taller and heavier. Take a close look at how these roots attach to the stem and how they differ from the main root system. In your lab notebook, sketch one of the prop root examples you see. Label the stem, the prop root, the point where the root attaches to the stem, and the direction the root grows into the soil. Again, focus on showing the structure clearly rather than making a perfect drawing. Pause here while you complete your sketch. Now let's think more carefully about what you observed. For the first question, focus on overall structure. Think about things like the presence or absence of a main root, how the roots are distributed in the soil, and how the system might anchor the plant. For the second question, think about corn's height, weight, and growth habit. Why might a fibrous root system alone not be enough? How do prop roots change the plant's stability? Write your responses in your lab notebook using your observations to support your answers. To summarize this activity, plants typically have either a taproot system with one dominant central root or a fibrous root system made up of many similarly sized roots. Taproot systems are well suited for deep anchorage and accessing water deeper in the soil, while fibrous root systems spread out near the surface and provide strong anchorage over a wide area. Prop roots show us how roots can be modified for extra support, especially in tall plants like corn. Once again, we see the same core theme: structure supports function. The way a root system is built directly reflects what the plant needs to survive and stay upright.